sharing disapproval of the U of A's decision to withdraw its offer to the woman they had just named the dean of the law school.
Yeah, Emily Susky had just been selected last week to take over the role in July, but days later, the university shared it's now going in a different direction. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach joins us now. And Claire, some state lawmakers and civil rights groups are claiming that politics played a role in that decision.
Morgan, that's right. State Representative Nicole Clowney said the action was politically motivated, pointing to Susky's signing of a legal brief involving transgender athletes. An ACLU of Arkansas called the situation, quote, deeply troubling, warning that public employees should be able to express legal opinions without fear of political retaliation. Today, I spoke with Senate Minority Leader Greg Leding, who shared his take on the decision.
It seems to have come with no warning and no public discussion.
Senate Minority Leader Greg Leding says he questions the university's explanation on its decision based on feedback from, quote, key external stakeholders.
It's really hard to believe that it means much of anything, because if these stakeholders were so key, you really thought that during this years-long and public process, the decision makers here would have reached out to these stakeholders if they thought there was anything that might be a decision-altering concern.
Leding says without more information from the university, it's hard to ignore the possibility of political pressure.
It certainly seems like it could be politically related. It's very easy to imagine some of my colleagues at the Capitol having issues with Professor Susky and communicating those concerns to the law school.
He also raised concerns about how much influence lawmakers can have over state-supported institutions such as the U of A and what that could mean for future hires.
It says a lot about the fact that we have an unchecked supermajority, and having one party, regardless of the party, having that much control isn't great for things, and they can exert a lot of pressure on especially state-supported institutions like the University of Arkansas. And so I think that's deeply regrettable. I think it puts the school in a difficult position. I can't imagine somebody wanting to apply for that role now, and I imagine the school might face some legal jeopardy having rescinded this offer from Professor Susky.
Now, Leding says he and other lawmakers are pushing for transparency from the university.
Me and several of my colleagues are certainly going to press the school for a public conversation, see if they can't provide some context, because without any more explanation from the school, we're led to come up with our own ideas about why this happened. I don't recall such an offer being rescinded in the past, so this feels a little bit unprecedented. And because it is a publicly supported institution, I do think alumni and taxpayers deserve some answers.
A spokesperson for Attorney General Tim Griffin said today, Griffin expressed dismay with this election and believed more qualified candidates could have been identified, but did not request or consider the offer to be rescinded. And he supports the university's decision. A spokesperson for Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders also weighed in, saying the governor appreciates the university for what she called a common sense decision. We reached out to the university for comment, but did not hear back. Claire Everbach, 5 News.